Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Johnson. Now, looking at that shilling, the central bank has been in the market over the past while, really trying to mop up that excess liquidity. Can we see this happening into the coming week? And what is your short-term outlook for the shilling going forward?
Well, we expect the shilling to be kept at around 83. That's where the finance minister said his preference was. We're not sure how he came to that number, but nevertheless, we expect the central bank governor to CBK itself to start to move the currency either through purchase of dollars in the market or through strengthening, reducing liquidity to push, and therefore raise interest rates so that that will support the shilling. So those are the two tools that we expect to be used, and in the short to medium term, we expect that the government will maintain that level, simply just to manage costs of prices in the economy.
Now looking at the NSE 20 continuing to touch all-time highs this year in 2012, it looks like there is no stopping the NSE 20. What are you making of this rally at this stage?
Well, I think we will see more of this. When the government signed the loan, the syndicated loan with the international lenders, that reduced the need for cash in the short term. So what they're going to do, because they're not going to be issuing too much debt in the market. Previous month they issued 5 billion. This month I think they're doing 3 billion. As you can see, institutional investors and other investors are not finding too many homes to put their money. So they will probably just most of it will probably just go to the equities or real estate, which are the other asset classes that are available to them, and that could only mean higher prices on probably both asset classes.
So now, like you say, institutional investors moving into the equity market, which stocks or sectors are these investors plowing into at this stage to find value?
At initial stages, they'll probably go into the more liquid assets, and perhaps even the banks. But basically the blue chips. Once that has run out, then they'll start looking at other stocks, the mid caps and the small caps. But right now, the popular stocks, the KCBs, equity, Uchumi, which is the only retail listed investment, stock, EABL. So those are the ones that will rally fast, and then the rest will come on later.
Let's talk a bit on Uchumi. We saw it hit a record high today. Are you of that story that Uchumi is probably going to see more upside going forward, or are you perhaps on the camp that caution needs to be exercised at this stage?
I'll tell you what you're doing. What you're not doing is you're not betting on it. Whether or not it trades, from this point on, we're trading on technicals where Uchumi is concerned. However, we think that there are better stocks with better value out there. Not that Uchumi doesn't have good value. It does. As a company, it's a fantastic company. We expect to see more growth there. The retail sector is still, studies say there's about 27 to 30% penetration. So there's still a little bit of headroom in that sector. However, we think that for the short term, we think there's some other shares that are undervalued, and perhaps also we'll be looking at. We think the rally for Uchumi right now, it's approaching nine times earnings. There are still stocks out there with 5 times earnings, so probably the ones we'll be concentrating on, because the potential upside relative to Uchumi probably talk about 60% undervaluation. So that's probably what we'll go with.
How about a stock like Centum Investments? It's expected to come out with results in a couple of weeks.
Interesting stock. They're foreign into real estate, especially into a market niche that has the developers will have pricing power. So for us, it's interesting. We're just waiting to see how that goes out. They don't have financing problems, so talking about a 10 billion shilling investment here from where we are right now, perhaps a little more. But the upside, we're looking at an exit value of perhaps 22, 25 billion. Given the size of that, the real estate portfolio, that's the first project in the real estate business. We're looking to see if that'll come through in the P&L this year. If it doesn't come, I mean, in the full years of that we expect to be published, say in the next couple of weeks. If it doesn't come through, it will probably come through in the half years of next year. So we're willing to hold on for 6 months for that, but I think it will be worth it.